the story, then you probably don't have the story, because we're evolving, we're changing, things change. There's so many complex layers to so many things. And I think that honestly, most of us aren't equipped to deal with that. So I think that, to your point, I think that that was the most accessible knowledge that we were given. I think that there were individuals that connected to it and they were able to promote it. And I think that people were struggling and are struggling. So instead of going further and going deeper, they just simply like, well, hey, great. I can get down with kings and queens. I'm good. It's you know what I'm saying? It's like there's so many of us that won't go that extra step, and it's hard. It's not easy. I'm not even trying to say like it's just as simple as just like open up a book. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot to wade through. There's a lot to decipher. There's a lot to think about. But I think that's really what it is. I think that just basically there was individuals that had some information, they had some knowledge, and that's where they wanted to keep it, and they utilized it for their own ends, and people latched onto it, and people just chose not to go further. But that's just indicative of existence for all humans. I think we have the world we have. As I've gotten older, I've come to accept like we have the world we have because of what we choose to do. It's not by accident that people are struggling. It's not by accident that people are dying. It's not by accident. We have chosen to only take ourselves so far. We have chosen to listen to a certain voice. That's why we have the world we have. This isn't by accident. This isn't by mistake. And unfortunately, for the world to be better, all of us individually and collectively have to figure out a way to be better. And I don't have that answer. I don't know, because I'm struggling in my own daily life to try to be better. But that's really what it comes down to. We're going to keep having the world. We're going to keep having people die. We're going to keep people, we were just talking about rent in New York City. You can be a person with a full-time job and be homeless in New York City if you don't make enough money to afford anywhere between like $2,000 and $2,500 rent for a closet.
You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up, because the mayor, de Blasio, he's put a rent freeze for like 10 years. So guess what? He won't do a second term or a third term like Bloomberg did. Everybody forgot about that. He did a third term. That's illegal. You know that, right?
Right.
That was illegal. I was like, how the fuck he did a third term? Third term, you know why? Because he sold out Brooklyn. He sold it out. That's why Brooklyn is the most expensive place to live in the whole fucking country. In the country. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that, actually. I did know that.
In the country. Brooklyn. A small part of the USA. I don't know. Like, no, I can't even say nothing about it.
No, that's real. You know what I mean? But the positive side is, and this is one of the reasons why I love working with young people in any capacity, because they represent the hope. They represent the possibility of us getting it right and doing it better. I think that there's a breaking point, and where we're getting really close to it. Things can't sustain the way they're sustaining. So whether it's from an environmental standpoint, whether it's from a financial standpoint, whether it's from a social, political standpoint, this can't continue the way it's going down. I can't tell you the time frame. You talk to some of my friends and they'll tell you it's going to happen like tomorrow. I talk to some other friends of mine and they're saying, well, we got plenty of time to kind of right this ship. And yeah, we don't look great, but we're better than we were yesterday. It all depends. I just know this. I know when I pride myself on always, and this is so we get into pseudonyms. So one of my pseudonyms is the People's Champ. And I got that because of the fact that like, I'm always at every opportunity, whenever I can, with just people, anyone. I'm not about titles. I'm not about being in the in crowd. I want to be where everybody is. When I travel, I don't go to the 4-star hotel when I tour. I don't go and look for the spots that are popular. I want, when I touch ground, whether it's Brazil, whether it's Africa, whether it's Europe, Asia, I'm like, where y'all stay? Where do you hang out? Where do you kick it? I don't want to go to the spot where all of the Americans go or the foreigners go, and that's the same here in the United States. I want to kick it with the people, with the folks, because that's where I'm from. So what's up with that? And I think that ultimately, that's what's going to have to happen is that collectively we need people to kind of get together on some things, and that hope for me lies in this coming up generation, future generations. So hopefully we can just help them and support them in whatever ways that they need, because I think they offer the promise of something being a little bit better and a little bit different.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Hired Gun, once again, dropping knowledge, man. He's dropping knowledge.
I'm running for governor. No, I'm joking.
He's not joking.
No, I'm joking. I can't. I'm not even. I ain't even trying to be in no political
He's not joking. He's not joking. Yo, 10 years from now, I'm gonna be interviewing him again while he's running for president of the United States. Hopefully he will. And guess what? I'll be the vice president, bitch.
I don't know about your closet, man, but I probably got too many skeletons in mine. They're gonna eat me up. So
man, I got dinosaur skeletons in my closet.
That's real,
and I don't care, because you know what? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's how you gotta be.
You just don't have to give a fuck. I'm sorry, but anyway, I got one more question. This is another question I want to ask you, man.
Hit me.
It was another question because I always I follow you on Facebook when you like do your rants and you vent out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I respect your views.
Yeah, I'm known for that apparently on the low.
No, but you even said it too, like with the whole. That's why I brought up the reparations for black people, because I know you down for us, and some people out there is like. They try to like come at you, I was gonna interject in a couple of comments you did in the past, but I was like, let me fall back because I got my own issues I got to deal with. Anyway, but but yeah, man, like yo, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you came through. Okay. Honestly, I thought you was gonna come through with an entourage or something like that. This dude, yo, this is Hired Gun, dog. You know what I'm saying? I thought this dude was going to come through with an entourage like, yo, I'm in East New York, I got to come with some goons or something like that. He walked down the block, son. I didn't even know it was him until like, he raised his hand up. Like, I was like, oh, shit. That's what's up. I'm glad you're here, man.
Word.
For real.
Word. I'm glad to be here, man. That's what's up. So what's the question?
I'm getting to that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, question, yeah. This the question. It's gonna be a controversial question.
Fire away.
Okay, how do you feel about homosexuals in the rap industry, like in the music? No, in the rap industry.
What?
How do you feel? I told you I was gonna come on a controversial question, but like,
oh my God.
How do you? Come on, answer. Come on, I want your answer. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna say it like this. It's a two-parter. Most Def.
I'm promoting right now.
I feel you. Most Def said I'm black on both sides. If you want to know what's going on with hip hop, all you got to do is see what we're doing. So what am I doing? What are you doing? So the reality of it is this, and we've been dealing with this sort of question since like the 90s. I remember that was like a big thing on 97, like who's gay rapper? Da, 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 da. Newsflash, people, there is somewhere, probably multiple, probably many individuals that are LGBTQ, gay, queer, whatever you want, that are your favorite rapper. Deal with it. It's not a big deal. You need to fall back. You need to check yourself for real. Everybody has a right to do what they want so long as it's not hurting anybody else. So you need to kind of check yourself. It's really not that deep. It's really not that big a deal. I'm wondering why you're so concerned about who somebody else loves, who somebody else got behind their, in the sheets. I don't know why you care. But you know what? We live in a culture where people will know everything about who Future is fucking and who Amber Rose used to fuck. Like, we care about those things. Let people live.
Those are called sheeple.
But let people live. Let people live. That's the way I am. So that's not really a question that I even think about, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a question, man.
No, I'm not. This ain't for you. That ain't for you, Fed. This ain't for you.
Me up, like,
nah,
directly.
Nah, I'm not.
I'm messing with you.
But it's funny though, because that's like a real fit. Like, I'm not even gonna blow anybody's spot up right now. But I was just recently in a conversation a few months ago. Check this out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna blow nobody's spot up on the radio, nothing like that. But I was actually talking to an individual in a place that I used to work at, and they're an artist. And when they found out that, or they had heard that one of their favorite MCs might have been queer, they went into this whole like it was like a 5-year-old just found out that the Easter Bunny didn't even exist. Like their whole world shattered. And I was like, how, like 2 minutes ago, this artist was, the pinnacle of artistry for you, and like represented everything that it meant to be a man, and and then the minute you found out
can
that,
you tell me this person's name after the interview?
Nah, man, because it's gonna be a
nah.
I'm gonna let them live. But all I'm gonna say, I'm gonna let them live. I'm gonna let them live. All I'm gonna say is that even individuals that you would think that, like, okay, wow, you've expanded your mind, and your heart is in a good place because you recognize people are people. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that I care about when it comes to human beings, like, are you selfish or are you selfless? Are you stupid as fuck or are you smart? Are you here for people or are you here for yourself? What are you doing with yourself? What is your character? I really don't care about much else.
That's your 3 laws.
Right. Yeah. I don't really care.
I like that.
I don't really care about much else. And unfortunately, and this is me getting on my old man rant shit, I don't think a lot of people live that way. I think a lot of people are concerned about all the wrong things. Who fucking who likes who, how much money I got, how much money they got, all of these other stuff that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Is your family good? Are you good? Are you waking up? Can you look in the mirror? Like, what's really good with you? Because all of this stuff, the money, your job, what you own, what you don't own, none of that, all of that stuff is insignificant in the larger grand scheme of living an experienced life. And I don't think really many people at all really about that. Straight up. And that's why we had the world we got. That's why we have the world we have. I learned that when I was in Brazil, man. Like, the when I was in Brazil in 2000, the last time I was there was 2013. I was in Bahia.
And by the way, Brazil's our biggest fans. Big up Brazil.
Beleza.
Real Vision Radio.
Yes. No doubt.
I'm sorry.
No, real talk. If I didn't live in Brooklyn straight up and down as everything that I love, I would be in Brazil right now. That's one of the most beautiful places on the planet to me. But, their whole mentality was, I don't really care about much else other than my family. Is mom okay? Is pops okay? Is my sister, brother okay? Is abuela okay? Or, and they wouldn't say abuela because they don't speak Spanish. They speak Portuguese. But, and is my homies good? If we're all good, then my day is wonderful. That's all they really care about. That's what matters to them.
But they about family, yo.
Right.
A lot of Latinos, they about family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna get personal with my family, but I'm not gonna put myself out there like that.
See?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. But continue, brother.
Yeah. No, but that's really it. You know what I mean? And that was a profound lesson for me because I had found myself a few years prior when I went to Brazil and just caught up in a lot of stuff. I was trying to get this tour right, and oh man, we got these shows, got to make everything work. And the host that I was with, now this is in 2009, and the hosts were just chilling, And I realized over the course of the week that I was with this one crew in southern Brazil, just how important their homies were